The shortest path between a passive piece and an active piece is a maneuver.
Thank you, Boris. In this lecture, I'll be explaining what maneuvering is all about and why it's so important. So, what exactly is maneuvering? Quite often during a game of chess, you'll realize that one of your pieces isn't doing very much. It's become passive, or perhaps you'd like that piece to be somewhere else. Improving the position of that piece is the quickest way to improve your position, and that's basically what maneuvering is all about. Take this first position for example. White's pieces seem to be doing a fine job. All the minor pieces are out, the rook is centralized, but look at this queen on d1. It really isn't doing all that much. I must admit that a move like queen to c2 would be a fine move here, because we'd be attacking h7, the knight is pinned, still black can go h6, the bishop would retreat. Alright, maybe white's a little bit better, but thanks to a very nice maneuver, white was able to checkmate black in just 4 moves. Unbelievable. Take a look. Pawn takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. At first sight, those pawns are pretty good. So why did white take on c5? Well, watch what happens. The queen comes to a4 attacking the knight, so black protects the knight, and watch how the queen swings over to the other side of the board. Queen to h4, adding pressure against f6. And if now black goes bishop e7, which is what he did in the game, then bishop takes, and queen takes h7, checkmate. Of course, black's last move, bishop e7, was a big blunder. He should have played h6 here. And then maybe white can double up black's pawns on the king side after bishop takes f6. Or perhaps sacrifice a piece here, destroying black's king side with a powerful attack. So a very interesting queen maneuver. Back to this position, we take, and then queen here, and the idea is not so much to attack the knight as to bring the queen to h4. Beautiful maneuver, and it goes to show you how powerful a maneuver can be. Let's see some more examples with other pieces. Alright, in this position white's only got a rook. This is quite a dramatic example actually. And this rook isn't really doing all that much. I mean, you know, if you think about it, black's got a whole army of pieces. He's got all his minor pieces, he's got 2 rooks, the queen, everything. However, white can now transfer his rook from this f file to the h file, and surprisingly, there's nothing black can do to prevent rook to h3 and checkmate the black king, which goes to show you that sometimes you need to maneuver your rooks somewhere else where they can be more active. Beautiful example. Let's see some more. Alright, in this position, white's pawns look rather miserable. Look at that. Double pawns on the c file. This pawn on e4 is blocking this bishop. This bishop looks really awful. But things could change a little bit thanks to a beautiful knight maneuver. Knight to h2. So why is the knight coming here? Well, watch what happens. The bishop goes to e6, and now, after knight to f1, we begin to understand what's going on. The knight wants to go to e3, and then we'll put it on d5. For example, rook here, knight here, rook c7, and finally, the knight gets to d5. And all of a sudden, white's position doesn't look so bad, because that's a great knight. It cannot be kicked away by a pawn, and it's a formidable piece. So this position is about even. Maybe white's got a little bit, maybe he's got slightly better chances, but I think it's about equal. But if you look at the position at the start, you know, white's position looked pretty bad. But thanks to that maneuver, things did change. Let's see some more examples. Alright, we're going to see some bishop maneuvering now. White's got the 2 bishops here against bishop and knight, and both sides have a queen. Well, its bishops are not particularly strong. It is true that the one on e1 is attacking the pawn on a5. But that pawn is fairly easy to defend, so that's not really a problem for black. However, the bishop on h3 is about to do something very special. Look at this move. It looks like a very mysterious move. What's the bishop doing there? And the whole point behind this move is that now that bishop is coming to a6 and from a6 to c4. A beautiful maneuver, because from c4 that bishop is going to be incredibly strong. Watch what happened in the game. Queen to b8, bishop a6, knight d7, bishop c4, queen c7, and now queen to f3, attacking the pawn on f7, so black defends, and now white gets the initiative with g4, because g5 is coming, and when the knight moves out of the way, then we get g6. So black's in trouble here. White's got a very strong initiative now. King here, g5, takes, and now knight to h7, attacking this pawn. So white now takes, because if the knight takes the pawn, then we go queen check, the knight has to retreat, and then we go bishop to g6, and it's all over, like this. So that pawn cannot be taken after bishop takes f7, and black played queen to e7, but now g6, queen to g5, king here, and when the knight moves, we've got this other maneuver, because the queen is coming to c8. Beautiful game, beautiful idea in the original position. Look at that, bishop to c8. What a wonderful move. And it goes to show you how strong a maneuver can be and how much it can improve your position. Always pay attention to maneuvers, because your pieces can become a lot better when you maneuver them.